Sometimes your life feels like that quiet morning, nothing changing, nothing stirring, just stillness. But it's in the stillness, the waiting, that God begins to write the turning point of your story. You feel a restlessness, a holy discomfort. That's not coincidence, it's the stirring of transition. Peter had fished all night and caught nothing until Jesus stepped into his boat. When God is about to change your story, his voice becomes louder than your failure. The word starts to come alive. Scriptures you've read 100 times suddenly burn in your heart. You begin to sense his nearness, even when nothing around you seems to change. Sometimes God disrupts your routine, calling you to leave behind what you thought defined you. Change often starts in the wilderness, where God refines you before he reveals you. You begin to hope again, even if it's just a flicker. That's the flame God uses. When your prayers get raw and real, that's a sign. God meets you deeply before he lifts you publicly. Sometimes the people around you start changing too. God sends new voices, new faith, new hope. Your desperation becomes holy. You stop reaching for solutions and start reaching for him. Even when it looks like nothing's growing, God is working under the surface. And then suddenly, without warning, he moves. And what was dead begins to breathe again. He brings you back to life, not just for you, but for the testimony it will become. Those who sow in tears will reap with songs of joy. Psalm 126:5. If the tomb couldn't hold Jesus, then no pain, no past, no pattern can hold your future. When God rewrites your story, he also renews your joy, your people, and your purpose. So if you're feeling the shaking, the stretching, the silence, don't be afraid. Your story is about to change. God's timing isn't ours. He moves in seasons we can't always see yet. Sometimes change begins with what little you have, offered in faith. God multiplies your small acts of faith into something beyond your imagination. The path ahead may be long and uncertain, but every step is under his watchful eye. Your tears are never wasted. They water the soil where God's new life will grow. God's promises are ancient, sure, and alive, waiting for your faith to unwrap them. He speaks in whispers and parables, inviting you to understand your next chapter. Faith is casting your net again, even after failure, because God is about to fill it. Your story isn't just yours. It's part of a greater story God is telling through generations. So take a deep breath, step forward. God is about to change your story right now.